Imagine boarding a train in Kashmir. A day later, you arrive in Punjab. The language has changed, the food tastes different, the clothes look different. Travel a little farther, and you reach Gujarat. Now the script on the signboards change, the architecture changes, even the way people greet each other changes. Keep traveling south, and suddenly almost everything feels new again. The language, the music, the traditions, the festival. Sometimes it feels as if you've entered another country, but you haven't. You're still in India. So here's the question: how can one nation contain so many different cultures, languages, traditions, and lifestyles? Why does every Indian state feel like a different country? To answer that, we have to go back thousands of years. This is inside the nation, a land as big as a continent. At first glance, India looks like just another country on a map, but in reality, it's more like a continent packed into one nation. In the north, you will find the mighty Himalayas. In the west lies the Thar Desert. The south is surrounded by seas. The northeast is covered with lush hills and forests. These landscapes didn't just shape nature; they shaped people. Long before highways, aeroplanes, and mobile phones, mountains, rivers, and forests made travel slow and difficult. Communities lived apart for centuries. Over time, each region developed its own language, food, clothing, music, and traditions. Nature quietly became one of the greatest architects of India's diversity. Crossroads of civilization. India's story didn't develop in isolation. For thousands of years, traders, travelers, scholars, and conquerors arrived from different parts of Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. Some came to trade spices, some came in search of knowledge, others came to rule. Each group left behind something: new words entered local languages, different styles of architecture appeared. Fresh ideas about music, and clothing spread across the land. Instead of becoming identical, different regions blended these influences in their own unique ways. That's why the same festival can be celebrated differently in each different states. The same dish can have dozens of regional versions, and the same story can be told in many languages. India didn't become diverse overnight. It was built by layer, century after century. Despite all these differences, India remains one nation. A person from Kerala can work in Delhi, a student from Bihar can study in Karnataka, a doctor from Tamil Nadu can treat patients in Rajasthan. Every day, millions of Indians travel across states for education, work, business, and tourism. Different languages may be spoken, different foods may be eaten, different festivals may be celebrated, but the constitution, the tricolor, and the idea of India connect them all. That is why India is often described as unity in diversity, not because everyone is the same, but because people with different histories, cultures, and traditions continue to share one nation. And perhaps that's what makes India one of the world's most fascinating countries in the world. But this is only the beginning of the story. If India's diversity grew naturally over thousands of years, then how did all these incredibly different regions become one country after independence? That answer is even more fascinating. We'll explore it in part 2. This is Inside the Nation. Thanks for watching.